Hello everyone. We're going to give at least one more minute for others to come join. And just before we go ahead and get started, just want to let people know some of you individually reached out to me to talk about the opportunity. We'll address that at the end. And once Sajida is done, with the topic she has in mind, and also wanted to let people know if any of you would like to share that some of the sessions like what you're going to see technical level and also the help the community, please reach out to Sajida or that we have a website that we have non-profit website that you can sign up. That this is not sure if anyone or if you guys can put with the reaction that if this is the first time you're here, just put in the chat is the first time you never heard about us as a non-profit organization. Then I will spend time on it. Else we can go proceed right into the topic we have in mind. Okay, Waka first time. How about others? First time. Okay. Okay. We see we have a lot of folks at first time. Okay, first time. Okay. If you can type in the URL aiufa.org here, while Sajida is typing up the URL and sharing with you, this is what you're going to do when the website is Urban Food Alliance. And when you come here, you'll see the mentorship and on our website. And first of all, those who is the first time ever come in that and never heard about it. We are a non-profit food bank. We have a two program. One is we have a food that we distribute food to the community every day, every week here in US and also outside US. And the other program, what it is a workforce development program. With the workforce development program, that's when this kind of event we do come up with a topic and we have people from the community that who has knowledge. We bring them mentors and help them to share the concept. So if any of you have skills that you like to share with the community so others can benefit from it, please do come and click on services. And then through the services so that you are going to see at the end, there is a form that you just fill out. We have other mentors. They will then team is going to work with you to coordinate with you that upcoming training and based on your time and availability, we'll set up those sessions. Okay. But for now, what I know that most of you here are coming from, I just want to make sure that we do not want to anything. And that Muslim here, I think, at Urban Food, we do not discriminate if you are Muslim or not. Regardless who you are, we want to make sure we support anyone and as long as you are in need. Right? But when it comes to food and things that we do make sure that our food is halal and we let non-Muslims know these are all halal food and so on. So that's I want to make sure that team you are aware of it. Without going further now, what I will do, the Sajja wanna introduce you Sajida Sultana. Those who has never met her, she's a Microsoft certified trainer, and she has been with us and also that worked with many organizations in the past. But I asked her to come just share with you that when it comes to AI, someone who's new, please do ask in the question if you need some basic information that I'm not never heard about. This is the first time I'm hearing about AI or agent. Then we can touch up that. Then Sajida is going to be talking about that how do you create your agent, AI agent. Okay. So when it comes to agent, that's what make sure you most of you understand. ChatGPT is not an agent. ChatGPT is like when you go ChatGPT, you ask for something in return that give me the weather today or write me essay about this topic. You say one thing is going to respond back to what you asked for, right? There is constantly you have to ask and it's not going to do all the work for you. That's called chatbot, or that sometimes one in the industry called Gen AI. It generate new content. Also, that when it comes to content, then there are Gen AI is the short for generate AI. It generate content, text, video, and then you have other type of content like a video and the voice and all the other different media content types it can generate. It's all Gen AI. But when it comes to agents, that means now if you look at give AI, say I have let's say $200, 250 or $500 budget to go to Chicago or go to California. Can you find me a plane ticket? And here is my time limit. So what will do it do when you give that instruction, it will look into on the websites and what is the deal, cheapest deal out there, and find you a ticket based on the instruction goal you gave it. It has a goal. It's going to break down those go into tasks, and then it's going to execute for you, and then it's going to reserve that ticket for you. So that's what agentic AI or AI agents we talk about in the business. But now, depending on what type of business you are in, every business has different need. That's why new generation of software is going to be a lot like if you write code old days that AI can write much better, faster code for than regular human. But then how those most of you are in technology, how are you going to be able to figure out that, okay, how do I stay still in the job? So that's the whole idea for Sajida to come in, share with you to create your first agent. But if you are really brand new that you have never done it before, please type your question here. Based on the amount of question you have, we'll figure out if we need to do a follow-up next so you are not too lost. At the same time, we can guide you. Okay. But we do want to make sure that what the content she is offering, that sharing, that let's not break her the train of thought. Let her finish doing it. While she's doing it, I will be checking this the chat also and then addressing it. Once she's done doing that presentation from Sajita's side, and then we'll address the question. Let's go ahead, Sajida. Floor is yours.
Okay, let me share my screen. Thank you, Mushi, for giving this opportunity. Hello, everyone. Good evening. My name is Sajeda Sultana. I am Microsoft certified trainer and an IT professional with over 7 years of experience working with Power Platform, Microsoft Dynamics 365, and Azure Platform. So my background mainly includes designing, developing, testing, and implementing the business solution that helps the organization to improve their processes and achieve the better results. I am also passionate about building the customized solution that are not only technically strong but also at the same time it's a practical, it's valuable for the people who use them. So today I'm really happy to share this session on building your first agent, and I hope at the end of this session you will feel more confident about what AI agents are and how to get started with them. Okay, let's take a look what we will be covering today. So I have divided this session into the three main parts just to make it easy to follow. First, we will start with the basic topics. The session overview, we will talk about what AI agents are, how they are different from the traditional AI, how they actually work behind the scene, and I will explain some real world use cases so you can see where they are being applied today. Then I will move into the Azure AI focus section. Here I will introduce the Azure AI Foundry, the platform, and also I will describe the differentiate between the Azure OpenAI versus the Azure AI Foundry. Then I will move to the live demo. This is where the things get more interesting because you will see the live multi-agent demo and where I will show you how the different agents working together. Then we will wrap up the session with the Q&A. Okay. So let's start with a simple question. What exactly the AI agent is? So an AI agent is a smart assistant. We can consider it as a smart assistant that can think, make decision and take action. The three things is very important. I'm saying again, it can think, make decision and take action. So it's not just something that gives you the information, it actually helps you to get the things done. So now the question is, why do you need the AI agent? Because in real life, most of the tasks involve the multiple steps, right? For example, you ask for something, then first decision need to be made. After that, action needs to be happen, right? So the AI agents help you handling those steps for you automatically. You don't need to do anything manually. So what it will do, first the AI agent will understand your request. After that, it will figure out what needs to be done. Then it will complete the task. Let's say one example. If I say, book me a flight to Newark for next Friday. So what the AI agent will do? First, the AI agent will search all the available flights. Then it will compare the best option for you. Then it will complete the booking process. So instead of just helping you think, it actually helps you the act, right? So in a simple term, we can say the AI isn't mainly the digital assistant. We can also just consider it as a digital assistant that doesn't just help you or guide you. It actually does the work for you. Okay. So the common question, what is the difference between the agentic AI versus the traditional AI? So I can go the traditional AI first. So traditional AI is mainly focused on responding, only responding. If you ask something, it gives you the answer. And on the other hand, the agentic AI, it mainly focus on the taking action. It doesn't just respond, it actually complete the task for you. So in a simple term, we can say traditional AI helps you with the information and the agentic AI helps you get the things done. So let me explain with a simple example. Let's say if I ask on the ChatGPT, the same example Mushi already gave you, I just want to clear the concept. So let's say if I ask on ChatGPT, can you send an email to my manager saying I will be leave tomorrow? So what it will do? It will only show the draft response, right? Definitely it's helpful, but still I have to copy it. I have to open my email, then I have to paste it, then I have to send it manually, right? I have to send it by myself. But with the AI agent, if I give the same request or the same question, the AI agent will write the email. It will send the email to you automatically. You don't need to do manually. Just you need to integrate your email with the AI agent as a tool. So the difference now it's clear, right? One, it supports you only, and the other, it will work for you. And also the AI agent has a memory. It can even remember the things like who is your manager, how you usually write the email. So it keeps the getting smarter over the time. Just because of it's already know your writing style, it's already know all the information about you, right? So it can serve you the better response than the traditional AI. Okay, now I will describe how AI agents operate. So if you look at the picture, you see everything starts with you. That means you give some input. It can be a question or it can be a request. For example, book a meeting for tomorrow, let's say. Or maybe you can ask, find a report on a specific topic. So what it will do, once the agent get the request, it doesn't automatically respond immediately. So what it will do first, it will goes to the thinking phase. We can call it reasoning. First, it will tries to understand what exactly does the user want, what step needs to be complete. After that, the agent will decide, okay, do I need to call any agent? In that phases, the API calls come in. And the agent might need to check, is there any calendar is available for the date, or maybe sometimes it needs to search on the database, sometimes it needs to call an external services. These things will do by tools, let's say the API call. And Then comes to the action selection, these things. So within this step, it will decide what to do first and what to do the next and what to complete the task step by step. And then the interesting part. So why I'm saying the interesting part, just because of after taking all the steps, the agent doesn't stop. It observes the result, it check, did that work, or do I need to adjust something? And based on the user input, it will again try to improve the result. That means it create a loop, right? First it thinking, the reasoning, then it act, then it observe, and based on the user response, it improve. So this loop can repeat multiple times until the task is complete. So in a simple word, we can say an AI agent doesn't just respond once, it keeps working, checking, improving until the job is done, right? Okay, let's see some old example. Okay, the first example is the customer support. Imagine a company with a question. You have one question and an AI agent can instantly reply. It can understand your issue and even it solve without waiting for any human. So instead of waiting on hold, you can get the help immediately for the customer support. Then, for example, the finance solution. Let's say you have a lot of financial data. So AI agent can analyze the data, it can find the pattern and generate the report automatically. So instead of spending hours and hours on analysis, the agent does it in minutes. Sometimes it completes within few seconds. So it's very fast, right? And the third example is the healthcare example. We all are know in healthcare, time is very important, right? So an AI agent, it can quickly retrieve the patient information. It can help the doctors to across all the record and it can support the faster decision making, right? So this helps improving both speed and the quality of care. So in all the examples, the idea is the same, right? It just reduces the manual work. It makes faster result. It helps us to make the better decisions. Okay, so I want to pause here. Just want to check any question regarding what I have covered here.
This is good, Sajida. I do not see anything related to the topic people are asking. Yeah, as said, keep going. Folks
Okay.
are learning. At the same time, guys, any questions is welcome. Nothing, don't think that these are silly questions. Nothing is silly. Okay?
Okay,
Yeah,
so let me
proceed,
share my
Sajida.
screen again. You see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, now the question is, what is Azure AI Foundry? So think of it as a one-stop platform. It's just a platform where you can build, test, and deploy the AI application. So instead of using the different tools for different things, everything is available in one place. So you might be thinking why we are choosing the platform, why not the other platform? So if you look at the picture, you can see the different components, right? The your OpenAI services, Azure OpenAI services, you can find the multiple models from the multiple vendor. Also, you can able to use the Azure AI search. It's very important when you need to retrieve any information from the external live information, right? Or you can use the Azure agent service for making the multi-agent concept. And then the most important things is security, right? When we need to make any AI, we have to think the security. So you don't need to write any high level code. You just need to configure safety issues within the Azure AI Foundry. That means it's really easy, right? Also, I can say more reasons why I'm choosing this platform. So first, it's a very simple to use. I already mentioned you don't need to be a coder or expert developer. You just need to configure the built-in platform to make the AI agent. Then you will find all the components in one environment. Second things I can say, it's not just for learning or testing or making the POC. You can actually build the real application and use them in a real business scenario. And the third things I can say, it can connect easily with the other systems. So What I mean by other system, let's say you need to interact with the API, or sometimes you need to retrieve the information from your database, or sometimes you need to use any external things, right? In that cases, you just need to configure the tools, nothing else. That means it can actually perform actions, not just giving the answer. And finally, I can say you can monitor and improve your system. You can track the performance, evaluate the result, and keep the improving the agent over the time. So that means everything you will find in one place. It helps us to build the complete real world AI application from start to finish. Now I will discuss about what is the difference between the Azure AI Foundry versus the Azure OpenAI. Some people get confused. What is the difference mainly? Let's start with the OpenAI. So OpenAI mainly gives you the models, only models. So you can ask question, generate content, build the simple AI features. It's very powerful, but it mainly focus on just the model and not the other things. Now, when you look at the Azure AI Foundry, it's not just about models, it's a complete platform. So instead of just generating the response, you can actually build the full application. You can connect the different services or deploy the real application. And one important things I want to share, the Azure AI Foundry handles the workstation. So which means it can connect the multiple agent, it can manage the workflow, at the same time it can coordinate everything together. So the AI, your agent is not working alone, it's working as a part of a system. Okay, then the concept is the multi-agent collaboration. So let me explain in a simple way so that you can easily understand what does it mean the multi-agent collaboration. So think about the real life restaurant. Imagine you go a restaurant, you don't talk to one person for everything, right? There are different people handling the different tasks. So what happens? You need to talk about the waiter takes the order, then the order goes to the kitchen, prepare the food, then go to the billing counter, then you need to process the payment. After that, finally, someone handles the delivery or serving, right? So think of it, it's a team effort, not one person doing everything. Now imagine the same things in an AI system. Instead of the people, we have agents. We have head agents like the manager. It receives the request, understand what you really need, then it decide what to do next. Then the interesting part is the live demo. So before start the demo, let me quickly explain the agents, what you will see. First, we have the head agent. This is like the main coordinator. It receives your request and then decide which agent should handle this. Then we have the internship agent. This agent mainly look into the documents like PDF. It will find the relevant information and then it will return the accurate answer from the files, not the other resources. Then we have the mentorship agent. So this agent will search on our website, it will get the latest information and then it brings back the updated result. And finally, we have the another agent, it's a weather agent. So this agent will connect the live API, then it fetch the real-time information, then it will show the answer. So each agent has a specific role, right? And they are working together as a team, not the single person. Let me open the lab. Let me show you all the agents, what I have made for the lab. So there are four agents. One is the head agent, mentorship agent, internship agent, and weather agent. Let me test with the head agent. Okay, so I am asking the simple question. Let's say, when is the deadline internship program? Okay, so I am asking the simple question, when is the deadline of internship program? So what it's doing now, it's just connect, trying to just fetch the information from the connected agent. You see it's showing the information, deadline of the internship program, 25 March 2026. So in the backend, I feed all the information from the PDF. So this is the PDF, it's showing the deadline, the same. If I again back to the agent, if I show the view run information and tools, it's just calling the internship agent. Okay, let me ask the another question about the mentorship. Want to become mentor? How can I apply? Again, it's just trying to face information from the connected agents. Okay, now it's showing these things. You need to visit the mentorship page, then you will find the link. If I go here, you see it just redirect to the mentorship. Oh, sorry, let me go back again. Okay, so this is the mentorship page. It just redirect to the same page. If I again go back, if I ask question about the weather of Toronto, again it's trying to retrieve information from the connected agent. Now it's showing the current weather. At the same time, it's showing the humidity and the wind speed. Let me ask one confused question. Okay, I'm asking, tell me about the program. I'm not mentioning the internship or mentorship, nothing. Tell me about the program. Let's see what it does. The same things it's doing. Since I already asked about the mentorship program, that's why it's already know the latest context. That's why it's showing the mentorship agent information. If I go the view run information, if I go the connected agents, you see that it's a mentorship agent. And the previous one, previous question, it's a weather agent. So what it does mainly, the head agent is calling the internship agent, mentorship agent, weather agent based on the user question. So let me show you what I am doing within the agent. If I go the mentorship agent, I already mentioned I am using their live information from our website. So I am using here the Bing search and I configured the Bing search for our website. And if I go the internship agent, this is the vector store. I just fed all the information from the PDF. So it just stored as a vector store. And if I go the weather agent, you see it's showing the weather agent and in the backend, I am calling the weather API. I'm calling the weather API, Open Weather Map API. Okay, so that's all from my side. I'm stop sharing. Any question?
Thank you, Sajida. So, folks, this is your chance to ask questions, what you have seen. And just want to make sure those who is new or this is the first time also you have seen agent, that this is a skill that you can learn, but it don't happen in overnight. It's going to take time. It's not that difficult to learn. You have seen Sajida shared Azure, that the
AI Foundry.
Foundry AI, that AI Foundry has is a platform, so it has a lot of capabilities. But I we see a lot of people start going writing one agent, and one is a knowing not knowing an individual is something like other products like say N8, and there are so many similar other platform out there you can use it. But the sooner you learn some platform like these, LangGraph is another one also that is going to give you ability to not only learning the platform, what platform offers, and how do you use those platform capabilities built in within the capability, and then come up with a solution that's going to solve that whatever business you are going to be working with is can go across any horizon. Okay. So is there a question, is the Azure Foundry free or is paid? My Azure Foundry is by Microsoft. This is not a free. Microsoft doesn't give anything free. Just like OpenAI has a ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a free, but if you want to have a better answer from ChatGPT, you have to pay for it, right? That's why. So Azure Foundry, or let's say your email exchange, Microsoft is in enterprise. So that's what I want you guys to understand. When they do enterprise in the business, every business has email, files, and then many systems, accounting systems, human resource system, recruiting system, operation data, historical data. How do you put all this information together? Then when you saw that when Sajida is conversing with AI, and that AI, depending on what question you are asking, is giving you self-service capability. That means it has to have more power and more data access to it, right? So that's why that Microsoft is very powerful in that space. Okay. So it's not free, but that's the reason we asked you that if you want to learn more about it, that you can always learn more and get hands-on experience. Apply to our website, details we shared with you, and then of course your internship and all this stuff free with us. We are not charging anybody, but we are also making sure that you respect our time and we will respect your time as well. Is Agentic, is there certificate we can get for Agentic AI for Microsoft? Yes. Such that can you share with them that link on one or two Azure, the certification that you had for Azure AI so that they can see? Okay. So she's going to be share with you the link that there are Microsoft has the many certification. Before I stop recording, I want to make sure that do you have any questions for the content was Sajida shared? You are welcome to unmute yourself, come up, if you do not type, and share your experience. Anybody would like to say one or two things that you liked so far? And I was very happy to see that many of you are engaged, at least said, keep going, you are entertained, or you learn, you enjoyed the learning part of what Sajida shared.